Peace and blessings. It's April the 20th, the year 2019, and I wanted to read three JPay emails from Chris Moltz. Keep in mind that Chris Moltz has spent 21 years in prison. He went in prison, I think, around 19 years old, and it was because he had a conversation. He did not kill anybody. He did not tell anybody to kill anybody, and he did not want anybody to die. He simply had a conversation, and some other guys went and robbed a house. He did not tell them to go rob the house. He just simply told them that I believe there might be some drugs in the house if you're looking for drugs. And so during the course of the robbery, the guys who went and robbed the house killed somebody. Chris wasn't even there. And yet he gets an accessory before the fact, and he got life without parole. That means he'll never get out, and he was only 19 years old. He's 19 years old. He had a conversation about a crime, and he'll spend the rest of his life in prison without the possibility of parole. Absolutely insanity. We've got a webpage for him where you can learn more. It's at chrismoltz, MOLTZ.com. Here's some letters that we received from him. Hey Rudy, how are you doing? I hope you and the family are doing okay. I am depressed to hear about the Fishback Bill, but I will never give up. There was some legislation called the Fishback Bill, which could have given him parole, because the jury that participated in his guilty verdict never heard that they did not know that he would never get parole. Albert Einstein said, "Time is an unfortunate illusion. I see everyone is always in a rush and worried about being late for something. But who really thought of keeping track of time before watches and clocks, deadlines and months and years? How did we measure time? We just lived. When it was over, it's just over. So I will never give up, Rudy. Time for me has moved so fast. I don't know if I already told you this, but because I don't have a release date, the years fly by. If I had a release date, the years would creep so slowly. It seems like yesterday I was 19. I don't feel 42 years old. I have some friends of mine that just lost their son unexpectedly, and I was so torn up because I knew him as a baby, but never got the chance to really know him or meet him. I missed his whole life because I'm in prison. Life is happening and I'm just existing, waiting for my chance to live. I hope that day comes sooner than later because I'm ready to live my best life. Okay, the General Assembly is out of session and the only bill I see that's good for us is the bill they passed to study bringing back parole back. I mean, really? What's there to study? They have overcrowded prisons with no officers wanting to work at them because everyone doesn't want to treat us like animals. And when they come to work here and see how it is, they quit. It's crazy to think you put thousands of men and women in prison for the rest of their lives and expect them to just lay down. Just live out the remainder of our lives quiet, not me. With your help, Rudy, I want my story heard. I want the people to know what's happening in our so-called justice system. Guilty until proven innocent. And that's what happened in my case. Could happen to anyone. And what happened in my case could happen to anyone. Man, I could vent all night long, brother, but I got to get up and work in the AM. Oh yeah, I cannot get hardback books, but you can send paperback books and magazines if you want. I really would like some of those titles you suggested: Blind Injustice and The Conviction Factory. Thanks and good night, Rudy. Good night to everyone reading this. Please feel free to email me. I send all my love out there. Y'all be safe. Talk to you later. Always your friend, Chris Moltz. That came in on March the 9th. That was about a month ago. Okay, I did recently order him 3 books from Amazon. I ordered him Beyond the Rays of Hope by David Curtin McLean. I ordered him Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. And I also ordered him The Heavenly Man, the remarkable true story of Chinese Christian brother Yun. But I did not order him The Blind Injustice by Mark Godsey, which he said he did want, and he also wants a copy of The Conviction Factory by Roger Roots. I'm going to ask if there's anyone out there. Please let me know if you would like to order either one of those books for Chris Moltz or both. They're a little bit more expensive than the typical books I buy for prisoners. And if you feel so inclined to help Chris out, please let me know and you can order the book for him and I'll mark it down as purchased. But I'll just leave it at that. Okay, he sent me another email, JPay, on the 24th of March. It says, hello Rudy, how are you doing? I hope all is well. I'm just writing to see how everything is going on my website. Keep in mind he's got a website called chrismoltz.com. Do you put my emails and phone calls on YouTube and chrismoltz.com? My baby niece Charday and her son came to see me last weekend and are supposed to come again tomorrow. I've been thinking how when she was growing up, she was visiting me in prisons her whole life, and now her children are going to only know me as their great Uncle Chris in prison. I want them to know me as just Uncle Chris. I keep praying that something good will happen in my life, but truth is, good is happening in my life. My family is happy, and for the most part healthy. My family keeps growing and I'm part of their lives, even though it's only through prison visit rooms. They get to hug me and get to know me, make little memories with me, but then I think about Michael Jackson's family and how they don't have that anymore. Michael Jackson was the person that was murdered in the robbery. But keep in mind, Chris Moltz was not there. He didn't tell anybody to murder anybody, and he certainly didn't want anybody to be murdered. So now I'm torn because do I deserve happiness? Do I deserve forgiveness? I pray for forgiveness. I have never really asked God for anything. I don't pray much because if God is listening, does he think I'm just asking because I'm in prison? I think back at my life and try to pinpoint where it turned. I don't know if karma is real, but I'm a caring and thoughtful person. And I was never, and I am not now, a cold-hearted person. So I'm struggling within as I'm getting older. I just can't figure out what I did for this to happen to me. Yes, I committed a crime, but I don't deserve this punishment. I have served my time. Even if I am released from prison, I'll never be free again. Mentally, I'm different. I will succeed as a free man, but I will always be in prison. It's just part of me forever. And if you have never done real prison time, you could never understand what I mean. But if you have done time, you'd already know. I've been rambling for a short minute or so. I'm going to go, Rudy. Could you send me some of those books, please? I cut off my TV for a few months so I can get some reading and writing done. Could you also send me some pics up here of yourself and your family? I have no idea what you look like. Okay, Rudy? I will talk to you later. Always your friend, Chris Moltz. And I did send him the photo, but it seems like they take forever in getting it to him. Okay, let's go to the other message that just came in on the 17th. This message came in 3 days ago. Hello, Rudy. How have you been? Thank you for the book. Please send more. I think we sent him Ruby Ridge. Okay. So we just got off the phone this morning and I sent you an email on March the 9th. It was a pretty good one, but close to the end, I asked you for Blind Injustice and Conviction Factory. That's the two books that I'm going to ask anyone listening to this. Could you please order that for Chris? His address is on the webpage. If you go to chrismoltz.com and scroll to the top, you'll see his mailing address. Plus, I will put it in the description bar. So if you could buy him, if you feel so inclined, he wants a copy of Blind Injustice and Conviction Factory. So hopefully you can make that happen for me. Also, you mentioned that Pilgrim's Progress. Was that a good one? I did mail him Pilgrim's Progress. Hopefully he'll get that this week. So please, any paperback books that you think is good, I'd enjoy. For some reason, no one has been sending me any emails. I don't know why. I have a lot of friends, but haven't heard from a lot of them in so long. I have not heard from my son, Chance Deese, in over a year. I know out of sight, out of mind, but I still would like a letter or email every once in a while letting me know you're okay. I'm really fighting an uphill war against this state for a chance at freedom again, and I need all the help and support I can get, because this is a very steep ass hill. I know everyone has lives, and a life is so fast out there. I'm just asking for my friend and family and supporters to send an email or letter to their congressman and congresswoman supporting me and my freedom, supporting the fishback inmates, support my clemency and pardon, seeking a sentence reduction. I wish there was an easy way for my supporters to help me, Rudy. Maybe we could start a petition. I wonder how many people would I need on a petition for them to notice my plight and help me. I would not know where to start. I don't want it to be a free me petition. I want it to be a help me. Help get my case noticed in Virginia. I just want equal sentencing. I was given a life sentence for a conversation. I am not a murderer. Men and women that have actually murdered another human have not been sentenced as harshly as me. Any day I watch the news and see people sentenced to 13 years, 20 years for actually killing somebody. I didn't kill anyone, nor did I want or expect that anyone would lose their life. So why have I lost mine? Please, everyone, fight for me. Climb this big-ass hill with me. Because since 1997, I've been struggling and I'm tired. Somebody out there is the man or woman that's going to make the push that gets me over the hill and home. So if you think there is nothing you can do, you're wrong. Your voice, your opinion matters. Your support is what I need. So please, everyone, support me. What do you think, Rudy and Aaron? Do you know how to start a petition? Who would we give it to? Adrian Bennett? Or I think we should get it right to the governor. I think if the governor knew about my case, he would help me. I think if he knew I have grown up in prisons for a conversation, that he would help. Do you know the governor could pardon me today if he wanted to? So yeah, I think we should start a petition, and once we get enough signatures, send it to the governor. What do you think? Well, let me know, Rudy, and I will be waiting on the books and your response. Until then, thank you so much for your support and friendship, Rudy. I can't wait for the day I get to shake your hand and thank you as a free man. Always your friend, Chris Moltz.